and even realizing that Atari is tied to this, we need to realize that this is a big part of understanding the clue here. Okay, now let's go a tad bit deeper and realize a bit of its developer. Okay, Gremlin. Okay, now Gremlin Industries here is a very interesting company, and for more ways than one. But among these different ways that it is relevant within this mystery, I want you guys to understand a bigger relevancy within this company, and that is...
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Whispy Woodz. In this video, you guys, we are continuing the last part of why retro gaming is important, episode 2. Now, the point here, you guys, is to understand that the door to possibilities within Easter eggs and so on and so forth are not closed. They are never closed, okay? And not to get into quite a rant before I actually show you guys a few things here. I want you guys to understand that these clues are connected no matter how we look at them, okay? Within our last episode, we looked at Frogger, okay? And why Konami had to do with Gremlin Industries, okay? But, like I said, it is relevant for more reasons than one. And even when it comes to Namco's, alright,
GB, alright,
which is another game. Now, I want you guys to pay attention here to, once again, a bit of the clues, alright? The guy, alright, the creator who designed this game, later went to create
Pac-Man,
okay? Which is a relevant clue within our path of understanding 88 and why it ties into retro gaming and GTA 5. But now understanding that it is tied to a very strong clue, we need to realize GB, okay? The tie within a name and segregation of a name, tying to GB, once again, a Model Z Super Sportster, okay, is the same model that was in The Rocketeer, you guys. Now I want you guys to realize something, okay? This fucking plane is very similar to something that we have in GTA 5. And it's this fucking crop duster that flies around Mackenzie Fields. Very interesting. Now, I'll be getting back to that very shortly, but I want you guys to understand something. Recently, I got a pretty interesting comment from somebody, and, you know, I don't usually like to, you know, make a huge mockery of the haters anymore and blah, 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 but the fact of the matter here is that I need to make this very clear, okay? Something very clear, that this is very important, okay? That is going to help our hunt from henceforth and make a lot of people understand that what we do in this path of understanding clues is very relevant, and it's very true, and it's very spot on with what they're trying to teach people. And it's no fucking joke, okay? Now, this is a bit of what I'm going to say, okay? For the people who feel as though this is just, you know, meant to be entertainment, that this isn't going to lead anywhere, like, I want you guys to realize something, okay? These people who have created Rockstar, okay, they have done so much, and I mean it. Dan Houser and all these guys, they have done so much when it comes to this fucking game and the company itself, that they literally tell you how to solve the mystery, okay? They tell you, like, in so many different ways, in interviews and so on and so forth, even in their game, you guys, even bits and clues of what I've been showing you, are showing you how to understand and solve bits and clues. Now, why I brought you here is to understand a bit of their word, okay? Not my word, not me ranting on about some bullshit for once, okay? Not Whispy talking about a million fucking movies and why fucking things connect and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you that they give a fuck about all these movies and all this shit that I've been showing you. They care too much, and I mean it, you guys, okay? Now, enough of me ranting. I want you to understand, this is their word, okay? Them. They said this in a speech of an award that they won for Grand Theft Auto, Okay? Now pay attention. This is a tremendous honor for us as a mostly British-run company, as passionate advocates of the medium, and also as lovers of British film and consumers as children of almost lethal amounts of British television. Okay? But I want you guys to realize this next part. We used to watch so much TV in the late 70s and 80s, you guys. 80s. Alright? That my closest friend was the test card. And now we stand here, her equal. Now, I want you guys to understand this is a bit of what they're teaching us. Their past and how they care about certain things, the 80s and all that shit, okay? Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this next part. This is the best part, okay? And I mean it once again, okay? This is from this man's words, okay? The creator of this shit, okay? Rockstar was founded with a mission statement, okay? That video games were the next mass market entertainment medium. That they were uniquely interesting and powerful. And that we as a company would serve two masters to prove this fact. Okay? Would serve two masters to prove this fact. Now I want you guys to understand this. Combining the production values of movies with an obsession of gameplay above all else. Okay? And I need you guys to, enough of my okays, but I'm honestly at my wit's end about the unsavables, about the people who come to my channel and still think that I'm sitting here with a foil hat and I'm fucking crazy and so on and so forth. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I'm trying to show people something that's deeper than just this game and something that they're trying to show you guys. Okay? Like, yes, there are deeper physical shit in the game that you can figure out that's a lot more puzzle based, and yes, it is a lot more like just doing ice and so on and so forth, but to be perfectly honest, the best Easter egg of this game is not even in the game. And I'm trying to show you guys this shit. Because it's deep and it's fucking amazing. When Marine tells you about that fucking truth shit, it's real. It's fucking real. And it isn't just connecting shit. It isn't what you think you can put in a box. It's fucking real. And soon enough you'll understand. Soon enough I'll show you proof. But I want you guys to stay focused. Back in 1999, okay, the year that GTA 3 and so forth were developed, we began shouting this to whomever would listen, okay? And a few people laughed at us, kind of like how people laugh at me. Now, I want you guys to understand, if you're coming here for entertainment, that's no problem. I have no problem with that. We're all about the entertainment here too, you know what I mean? Because that's a big part of what built their establishment. But if you're not learning what I just said, and you think that it's just for entertainment, then you're here for no reason. And it's not that I don't invite you, okay? I fully welcome everyone here with open arms, enough for us to learn about not just GTA, but what helped build a very, very great company and a very, very influential part of history within gaming. But I want you guys to understand, I do this because, once again, they're showing something that is deeper than GTA. And it's something that ties all of this shit that they love together. And honestly, if I just told you blatantly right now, once again, you wouldn't care. No one would care. They would throw the information away in 2 seconds because they would struggle to understand why, or why it doesn't pertain to why they care. But enough of this, and let's get back to the true clues here. But I want you guys to understand the reason why I brought you guys here, okay? These people, okay, the creators of this fucking game that we are trying to fucking decode, they love movies and TV. They love it. They love it so fucking much that not only did they base their fucking game on it, they base their mysteries on it just the same. Now, just to bring it back to a lot of our path here and why, once again, movies, okay, tied to games are very relevant within this mystery because they are very relevant within GTA. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm showing you right here. Okay, this is Tao. This is the Chinese man who is, a business associate with Trevor Phillips throughout the story. Now, the point of why I'm showing you here is a promotional art that they actually revealed the game with him. Okay, with him of all people. But I want you guys to pay attention to him. All right, and I want you to pay attention to exactly what he resembles, a duality of what he resembles. It looks a lot like a retro game, if not Ryu from Street Fighter. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because not only, once again, is a retro game going to tie us into different clues, but it's going to reveal some answers into why we're looking into some things here and there, regardless of how we looked at it. Street Fighter was to be looked at in so many different ways. Now, the point here, you guys, is that, once again, okay, a universal clue, like Spectrums and even 1988, you guys, okay, and even Atari, are all tied to this game. And we need to realize, once again, that the characters within Street Fighter are very relevant, okay? See, Street Fighter has an array of different characters, but along lines of these characters, there are two that we are going to look a bit more into, and one of those characters is a very well-known character named Dhalsim. Now, I want you guys to realize why, once again, a bit of their pattern, okay, Rockstar's pattern, is giving us a bit of answers here, okay? Yogis and or yoga, okay? Now, I want you to realize that if we would have saw that bit of reference from that character from the promotional art, it would have took us right into a path, okay? Not saying that this is the only path, but understand, we just got here through understanding a bit of realizing the dualities of GTA 5. So when we look up certain things, I need people to realize that, yes, this is very entertaining because it's interesting and it's not just about GTA 5. Yes, there are things hidden within it, but what they are showing us is something very deeper. Now, the second person that we're going to pay attention to here is Mr. M. Bison. Now, I want you guys to understand not necessarily him from a vantage point of his character, but from an understanding of who portrayed Mr. Bison here within an understanding of, once again, the main clue within this mystery, and that is movies, you guys. Movies, okay? Who portrayed him within the Street Fighter's motion picture was W.R.G.I, okay? Now, I want you guys to pay attention because this is very interesting. This man played a litany of different characters throughout his career, but I want you to pay attention to the fact that he played Mr. Gomez Addams, okay? Gomez Addams from the Addams Family, all right? Now, the Addams Family. Now, I want you guys to understand something, all right? The Addams Family actually is very relevant within GTA 5. If you think that I'm just making up a bunch of bullshit to match a bunch of stuff, I'm really not, okay? Realize that we're following a path that they are slowly showing us, okay? The Lurcher, okay? Now, I want you guys to understand, this car, all right, it is literally based on the Addams Family.
The picture that I took. Okay, so there you go. You see that the same vehicle, okay, is in Adam's Family Values, all right, directly linked to Fester, which is Christopher Lloyd, who played Doc in Back to the Future. And it just so happens, just a coincidence, because this mystery doesn't exist, okay? It's just a coincidence that this vehicle happens to spawn only at the Hill Valley Church, where Christopher Lloyd, or Doc, played in Back to the Future.
And the character lurched from within the show. Okay, so when we realize that this different clue that has to do within the main point, that is Adam's family time within GTA 5, and the GTA 5 clue that brought us into Street Fighter, we need to realize that honestly, Street Fighter, the movie, is a big part of the idea here. Okay, now for those of you who are watching and understand up till now that this is somewhat of a light video for my standards as far as going deep within the mystery, I want you to understand that this is only part one of this specific video, and later on tonight I will be releasing part two, and that video will be going into not only Street Fighter but a lot of things that not only tie right back into the game but are going to tie right back into things we need to understand in order to progress within our path and the mystery in general. And if you thought this was abstract, or if you feel as though this is, quite too much, then I suggest you not even watch the next video, because it's going to get a lot deeper. And I mean a lot deeper. So I'll see you then.